In the US, consumer spending accounts for a staggering 70% of the economy. So when Americans stop spending, the impact is far and wide. And in this way, the US and China are inextricably linked. While China's cities have become impressive showcases of the nation's new wealth, the beating heart of the economy still is the manufacturing sector. And this is centered in the Pearl River Delta in southern China, where tens of thousands of factories sprung up over the past 2 decades. But because Americans are buying less stuff these days, this is the place that suffers first and most. In just the past year, it's estimated that up to 35 million people have lost their jobs here.
Pearl River Delta lost a lot of orders, so that means, right, the workers are losing their job. Many investors, particularly those subcontractors who get the order, international order from overseas, they will just run away. So that means, right, many migrant workers could not even get any compensation when the factory closed down, and so that's why the government is very nervous.
And in a nation whose sole political party has staked its legitimacy on economic progress, unemployment is one of its #1 fears. The fear runs so deep that the government monitors and stops workers from banding together in any way. We're supposed to meet a woman who runs an organization that helps organize migrant workers, but I just got off the phone with her and she said that the police are in her office questioning her and her staff. And so she wanted us to put away our cameras and to just sit in the car for a few minutes until they leave.
Hi. Adam.
Hi. Nice to meet you. Everything okay?
Yeah.
She has been questioned by the police on a number of occasions, but she believes that this time it is because of all the factory closures and unemployment that they've kind of zeroed in on her organization. She agreed to direct us to the closed factories as long as we didn't film her. So this is a huge, huge industrial park. We've been driving around and there must be a few dozen of these gigantic factory compounds that each one seems to extend for like a mile or so. Many of them have shut down given this recent economic collapse. This is a furniture factory. This place had been shut down a couple months ago. Is it procedures for...
It's a procedure to get money back from the government, if possible.
How did you find out that your job was no longer your job?
政府。
政府已经有那个派出所了，还有那些过来这里。
You can see that there are notices that are posted right outside the factory gates. For many of the workers who were employed in these factories, these signs were the first and only indication that the factory had closed.
现在金融危机很差嘛，好多厂都没有再招工了。不知道怎么说了，反正要是找不到厂就可以回去了。
And as we continued our journey, the full extent of the wreckage began to unfold. It seemed like a vast wasteland of plants. As all of these factories continue closing, you're seeing more and more of these red signs. They're basically for rent signs. Factory lots or empty factories are being rented out. Thank you. This abandoned factory compound is for rent, and the guy who let us in thinks we're here to check it out for rent. So we won't ask him any questions, and I'll keep snapping photos to make him think that I might actually rent this place.
That's the manager's office.
This would be my office here. This could work. Maybe break down this wall. This whole thing would be my office. Now is a good time for me to rent. Prices have dropped from 10 RMB per square meter down to 8. I probably could have bargained down. Unfortunately, it's
probably the worst time in my lifetime to be going into this business.
Many tens of thousands of factories have shut down in the past year, but many more tens of thousands are teetering on the edge.
这家
This particular factory makes containers and tins for high-end gifts at five-star hotels.
Because